Splashbacks, soft-close drawers, integrated appliances, breakfast bars. If you're grappling with a kitchen renovation on a tight budget, these are all features that have the capacity to induce panic and/or total apathy. What's more, most high street suppliers will charge upwards of £8,000 for a fitted kitchen, which may or may not include removal of your existing setup. Forget about bespoke, shake-a-chit units. Realistically, yours is a bland choice of laminated work surfaces and lackluster fitted units that swallow up space and encourage stockpiling. But I think I might have found an alternative. When my partner and I moved into our Victorian terrace, we decided to approach our kitchen as we would any other room in the house and fill it with used furniture. Having lived with it for 2 years now, we know it is possible for a freestanding, second-hand kitchen to perform the same functions as a fitted kitchen, for a fraction of the price. Here is how we did it. Think about layout. Get all the boring but vital stuff figured out first. Decide where the sink must go, the boiler, the oven and the fridge. Once you have space allocated for the essentials, you'll know what you have left for storage, surfaces and seating. We inherited a pokey, L-shaped kitchen fitted with MDF units, a built-in oven, and a mock granite work surface. It only made use of one end of the room. The space was dissected by a chimney breast fitted with a gas stove. This seemed like an obvious place to start, so we opened the chimney breast to create room for a freestanding oven, our biggest investment. By placing the oven in the center of the action, we could bring the opposing ends of the room together. By placing the oven in the center of the action, the opposing ends of an L-shaped room were brought together. Photograph Jill Mead for The Guardian. Limit your options. Once you've decided against a fitted kitchen, you will have a much broader choice of the material, color, shape and size of your cupboards and surfaces. If you're in a hurry to get cooking, this can seem daunting, so limit your options. Pinterest can help, as can interior magazines and resources. Remodelista.com is definitely worth bookmarking. Spend a couple of evenings really, no more selecting images that appeal, and you'll quickly find they have a common theme. We gravitated towards stainless steel. It's easy to clean, heat and water resistant, and it sat comfortably with the furniture we already had, meaning we could mix and match pieces from our old house, an old oak table, a set of school lockers, with our new ex-kebab house kitchen. As luck would have it, a visit to a storage yard unearthed this steel surface with a couple of drawers at each end, a shelf below for pots and pans. Photograph Jill Mead for The Guardian. Once you've narrowed down your search, you can scour eBay, auctions, antique markets for items that match your aesthetic and, importantly, your measurements. International Antiques and Collectors Fairs. IACF.co.uk hold 39 fairs in 7 locations throughout the year. If early mornings and brazen haggling isn't for you, then you could try a live auction, such as CriterionAuctioneers.com, which enables you to bid for lots remotely. The stock changes weekly, so it's rich pickings. Keep your search broad, but your measurements precise. Linen cupboards, reclaimed science lab work surfaces, retro kitchen pantries can all work. In our previous kitchen, we found an old oak door for £50 that served as a work surface for many a year. Our open shelving was a beautiful narrow shutter that was held up by porcelain brackets that once supported a Victorian cistern. There is always a certain amount of serendipity at play when buying second-hand. We found an eBay seller specializing in used stainless steel units. He was selling a sink unit we liked for £340. A visit to his storage yard unearthed a second piece that fitted precisely into the space on the other side of the chimney, a 2-meter-long surface with a couple of drawers at each end, a shelf below for pots and pans, and a half-shelf above for easy-to-reach cutlery, spices and such like. It was ours for £200. In one afternoon, we'd found exactly what we needed for £540, a cost slightly increased by an hour or two with a plumber to hook it all up. Similarly, on a day trip to Sunbury Antiques Market, sunburyantiques.com, I found a box of old Spanish tiles for a tenner. I didn't know it at the time, but they fitted precisely in the space behind the freestanding oven. Splashbacks sorted. The Spanish tiles were found for £10 in an antiques market. Photograph Jill Mead for The Guardian. Where are your beans? The kitchen we have doesn't have vast amounts of storage. There are no cavernous corner cupboards or overhead units stacked with teacups and Tupperware. We have one giant floor-to-ceiling linen cupboard we bought for £200 at Sunbury Antiques Market. It houses all of our dried, jarred goods, plates and bowls. We removed the back of it so it also hides the boiler. Our cutlery sits on an open shelf. Our teacups and glassware fill a simple 70-pound glass cabinet. When a friend visited for the first time, he said, "But where do you keep your baked beans? Where's your cereal?" I opened the second-hand school lockers and showed him how perfectly a big box of bran flakes slotted into the fifth door along. Serendipity, again. These second-hand school lockers were just the right size to hold boxes of cereals. Photograph Jill Mead for The Guardian. The faff factor for all the money you save on a stringer shop-bought fitted kitchen. Our reclaimed units and surfaces cost around £1,000 in total. You need to be prepared to spend a little, quite a lot more time on seeing it through to completion. There's research, hunting and transporting to be done, and a lot of heavy lifting. We soon found out that, although our shiny wide sink unit worked perfectly in the space we had assigned it, it didn't fit through our narrow kitchen door. We spent an afternoon removing the just-painted bay window sash in order to post the sink in through the side of the house. Ouch. Our freestanding kitchen does force us to live with less. It has actually fostered a well-honed orderliness. We eat and use everything, all the time. We fit our kitchen and our kitchen fits us. Just about. Nell Card is a freelance food and interiors writer based in London at Nell Card.